Masters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, Masters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a look, Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called the Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out their chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Let it tumble for the snow, we still gon' break bones. If we win the point fit, we choosing to kick. Cause we gotta do this, that love to hit. Polarize the link with our smash mouth beats. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, Masters of the
And welcome to another episode of the Panda Grizzly Show. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Tank Kramer. But I'm Grizzly on the road because I am in Florida. How you feeling, Tank?
Oh man, pretty good. Pretty good. It was a long day, but I do enjoy talking about Bears. So yeah.
It's great getting here. I've been in Florida talking. Everyone's been asking me all about the Bears everywhere I go. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a football fan, it's the really only thing everyone's talking about. You know, it's either Taylor Swift or Caleb WiIlliams. You know, so yeah, that's all we got.
Well, to hear today, we have breaking news because Devin Hester is not going to be a Hall of Famer. They're going to announce it on Thursday. We're going to hear it all. They're going to give him his Hall of Fame, everything. He'll be inducted to the Hall of Fame. He has earned it. Everyone give a hand clap for him because he's done miraculous things. I thought he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, but now I'm glad he's finally getting his due. And, you know, finally he's gotten what he needs to get. So I'm very happy to announce that, and I'm proud that Devin Hester has gotten through.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
This is what his third try? Yeah. So that's not bad. That's not bad considering, you know, he's a return dude. You know what I mean? Like that's what he's known for. You know, I know a lot of people are like, you don't go in the Hall of Fame for just being a return dude. But I'm like,
he's not just the return. He's the greatest returner of all time.
Yeah. You are the return dude. You know, it's like the game changed, you know, like teams had to change how they did special teams because of this dude. Like
teams would rather kick it out of bounds than let him return it.
Yeah. And he even said it. I remember watching an interview with him like not too long ago. I don't know when the interview was, but I saw it a few weeks ago. And he was just saying like how he was still baffled, and you know, and he was calling the other team just stupid for kicking it to him. I was like, why? And, you know, and he goes, and every time somebody always thinks like they got my number. He said something like that. He's like, and then he proves them wrong. So
yeah. The next one, the next victim.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if that record is going to be broken anytime soon, especially with the rule changes. You know, with now where they're kicking from and stuff like that. You got a lot more touchbacks. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a one. What you got?
Let me actually go through this. So Devin Hester has 20 special teams touchdowns. Breaks down like that. So total, he's first place all time with 20 touchdowns. 19 punt returns and one and plus kickoff returns. He's first all time with that. 14 punt returns. That's first all time. 5 kickoff returns. He's tied for 9th with 9 overs. He has 1 missed field goal return for a touchdown, along with all over 2,500 receiving yards. Devin Hester has done things that no one has ever done, and will never be. 20 touchdowns for a returner will never be duplicated. This just never will be. He's the best. When you think about all-time greats, he eclipses all of them.
Yeah. Like the all-time best. That's not like just like he was really good. He was game-changing.
How about this? I got one stat for you. Dante Hall's entire career. Dante Hall was a great kickoff returner, right?
Mm-hmm.
His entire career is less than Devin Hester's first 2 years.
Wow. 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 That's insane.
Dante Hall's entire career, he has 12 return touchdowns. Devin Hester, his first 2 years, had 12. First 2 years, Dante Hall, his entire career at 6. Devin Hester has 7. Kickoff returns, Hall had 64. All pros, Devin Hester had 2 to Hall's 1. Pro Bowls, it was 2-2. Devin Hester did better than Dante Hall in 2 years. His first 2 years. Not to mention what he did in 2013 when he was just leading everybody and people couldn't stop him. He was ridiculous.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him. So that's how good Devin Hester is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to think like the Bears made it to a Super Bowl because of their defense and because of Devin Hester. You know what I mean? Like it was that game change. It was just that it's insane. And it's still like watching highlights. I was like, this man was on another level when it came to like just his speed and agility and just awareness of everything. Like he saw, like I feel like a lot of returners kind of see like what holes they can get through and kind of like, go through the levels. And I always felt like Devin Hester is like looking at the end zone and just like bobbing and weaving, get everyone out of the way so he can get there. Like he has the goal in his mind, you know what I mean? And it's not just like, oh, I just need to pass this one guy. He's like, no, I'm getting a touchdown. It's
like, oh no, you have to. I have to mess up to not get this touchdown. I'm hoping that it happens.
Yeah. I mean, one of the greatest things is seeing him do a kick return. But I believe it was the first one. It was the first kick return of the game in the Super Bowl, and he wind up getting a return. It was like it should have been game over at that point. We're like, we got it.
Did you ever hear Tony Dungy said all week? He said he had 2 weeks to plan it out. He's like, I'm going to stop Devin Hester. I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to kick it right to him. We got the plan. We know what to do. We got this. And he said, we were hyped up. We were all in the locker room. Like, I'm kicking it right to him. All week we said we were not going to kick it to him. We're going to kick it right to him. We're going to stop him. And we kicked the ball off. And I saw that man grab that ball and run through our defense like we were Swiss cheese. And I realized I made a bad mistake. And that's the bad man over there. And he's the greatest returner I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Because I think the rest of the game, they didn't bother getting the ball near him.
No, they just kicked it anywhere else. They said we're not kicking anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah, you kick it through the end zone or you kick it, the level above him. But yeah, it was that was great. That was super special. Yeah. Oh man, how much is that ball worth? I'm assuming he has it. He has to have it right on his mantle somewhere.
I think they went and found it for him and gave it to him.
He didn't keep it, man. I would have played the rest of the game with that ball like stuffed in my shirt. Like ain't no one touching it, man. It's like you get away from me. Yeah,
they're thinking about Super Bowl. That's what they're thinking about.
Yeah,
man, so that's why makes sense.
Yeah.
My only hope now is that Mongo gets through the steering committee. We all know he doesn't have much time left, and there's nothing better than he gets to experience that. I literally hope and pray that happens. I hope we hear that Mongo gets through. I'm glad Devon's there, but I would even been happier to hear Mongo got through today and hear Devon got through tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, Mongo's gonna get in, right? I mean, if it's not this year, it'll be next year. It's gonna be eventually, pretty soon, and stuff like that. To put it in while he's still alive and he can enjoy it for. I mean, at this point, it's literally days, man. I mean, he might not even.
He probably won't get to make it to be inducted.
Was that August, end of August, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So let me bring Fredo in. What's up, Fredo?
What up, Fredo?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
So, but
what did I miss?
We're talking about the inductees. We're going.
We're talking about Devin Hester make it to the Hall of Fame, and right now we're talking about Mongo, hoping that Steve Mongo McMichael can make it to the Hall of Fame, and that they should announce it now. We need to hear it so he can experience it and enjoy by the time he has left. We really need that.
Yeah, just to at least know I got in will be great. Even if he is, alive by the time they do the ceremony, he might not be in a good enough condition to travel, to even do it. So at least he gets the he can have a little party with friends and family and former teammates, and a bunch of people come over.
They should bring the jacket to him immediately.
I agree.
And bringing him the jacket, and it should be immediate. Everyone should celebrate him immediately.
Yes.
I remember the wife was saying that that's basically what's keeping him alive, finding if he makes the ballot or not. And this was last year.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. This guy's been fighting, and wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's the hope. I mean, I literally think that's a prayer. Like I really hope that happens for him, especially for a man, who's done so much for the city. I just want him to have to be able to get through that.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, he's gonna get in. He's gonna get in. Eventually. Like, do it now. Do it now. He can appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, what else is more
there's nothing more important
than getting him in. But as the voters, they be like, listen, he's gonna make it in. Let's give it to the man now. Have him enjoy it. Have him die with this last great achievement under his belt.
His stats are mind-boggling that he wasn't already in.
Yeah.
It's like you think about it, I mean, you don't see someone with 95 sacks. Like, you don't see that now from a defensive tackle. The dude is amazing.
Well, I'm sure it has some political aspect to it. Just what they did with apples and oranges here, but like Ron Sano, he needed to go in the Hall of Fame. They denied him every chance he got. Until the year he passed, the following year he was inducted. And they only purposely did that because it was all political, because I guess the news reporters or the press, whoever voted for that, they were saying that he had a big ego and he treated everybody like crap or what have you. I'm wondering if this has
that's the difference, because Steve Michael is one of the greatest guys.
Well, I remember there was a time where he messed around with the press and he even got kicked off of NBC Sports because he injected a syringe in one of the Mark Giangreco's neck or something like that. It was him and another buddy, and that was the last time he ever aired on him on that show because he did something like that. Now, I'm just wondering if he did that or he was constantly because he was always he wasn't really political. He was always off the edge,
But Mongo was on the radio right up until his diagnosis. So he was on the radio a lot. So he did a lot of the Bears games. So he had a second career for doing that, even after he was off TV. So Mongo has nothing but friends. Mongo had 95 sacks. He had 60 solo tackles. He has 2 interceptions from defensive tackle.
Yeah. I understand those stats. I mean, they're amazing stats.
People love actually, he played on the greatest defense there ever was.
Yes.
Like, there's no reason to be able to hold on, especially with him going through the diagnosis what he's doing right now. And all the media loves him now. There's not a person that does not. If you listen to the radio, you listen to Chicago radio, listen to national radio, there's not a person that doesn't like Mongo right now. So there's no reason to hold him out. So I'm hoping that he gets through and they don't say he has to wait his turn.
Yeah, I mean, his turn's now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you guys. I'm just wondering, there's a political aspect behind it, but like, what's the reason, really?
Yeah,
It
might not be him too. It might be like I get what you're saying with the playing politics and stuff like that. It might not be him. It might be like, oh, we gotta get this other guy in. You know what I mean?
That's what you say. You wait in line. That's what it is.
Yeah. We all this guy does should get it now, and stuff like that. And I don't. Who are the finalists? I gotta look at the finalists. I don't see anybody else being above him.
So he's in the part of the senior committee. So he was voted back in as a senior finalist. So that's why, there's no doubt in my mind he should get in, but they need to announce that now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a waiting in line aspect of it because Ray Lewis is in, Urlachers is in. So
Yeah, but they're not. It's
I
different
don't
positions.
understand the point.
It's different positions. So defensive tackle, there is a log jam at defensive tackle. There's a lot of people that do need to be getting in there that have not gotten it. And they have unbelievable stats. So it is a waiting in line. Just like there's great receivers that are still not in the Hall of Fame. You know, how long did Michael Irvin have to wait? How long, does Chris Carter had to wait? I mean, there are a lot of receivers that are still not in the Hall of Fame that are all-time greats. So, I mean, depending on your position, that's how things work. Yeah, so that's just where we are. But I'm really hoping that he gets through. The problem, individually, he was only an all pro twice. He was on 3-time second team all pro. He was 2-time Pro Bowler. He's named the 19th greatest Bear in NFL history by all the writers. Everyone, ever since he had ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, that's what he's suffering from. People have loved him. The committee of it's only him, Randy Gradishar, Art Powell are the only 3.
Yeah. Well, they're counting Buddy Parker. He's the coach, but he's technically in for senior finalists.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts. I would rather out of all those senior ones.
There's 12. There's 12 senior ones that they said.
Yeah, in addition to 12. Yeah. See, I only got these few right here.
Yeah, so there's 12 of them up for it, and 3 of them the senior committee chose McMichael, Randy Gradishar, and Art Powell as the finalists.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So of those 3, I mean, each one of them could reach the finals. Honestly.
Yeah. Wow. So is that tomorrow?
We should hear something about it from Thursday.
By Thursday.
By Thursday, we should start hearing things. The Super Bowl week, this is when these things get announced. So, Thursday's when you should hear, and then we'll, see them during the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm hoping that they already told him if this is something that's going to happen. Because he won't be able to leave his room. He won't be able to travel out there. But at least they can show him on camera, and they can maybe even give him his jacket. That'll be something special.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's in a state where, like, I don't even know if he leaves his bed. Honestly.
No, he can't.
I mean, he can't.
Everyone has to go visit him.
Yeah.
The last picture I saw was him and Ric Flair, talking and everything, and Mongo is not in a great place.
Yeah, yeah. He always pops up whenever some big athlete goes and visits him. He always pops up in my feed, on Facebook or Twitter or something, and definitely like every Bear player from that 85 year like visited him multiple times. So yeah, he's definitely beloved in Chicago for sure. But I mean, you said Ric Flair. I mean, dude's not even the same sport, and
Mongo was a wrestler too.
Oh, that's right.
Mongo had a wrestling career.
He did that wrestling stint for a while. That's right. I forgot about that. Holy shit.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's I found this article. It says the 3 senior finalists were chosen from a list of 12, like you said, which have been cut down from the initial group of 31 semifinalists. Each senior candidate finished his career during the 1998 season or earlier. It says, in order to be elected to the Hall, each of the senior finalists, along with the 15 modern era player finalists, require 80% of the vote from the entire 50-person selection committee when they meet early next year. So, obviously, now. Yeah. So, 50 people, man, that's it. 50 people vote on who's a Hall of Famer.
Yep, and you get the 80%.
Yeah, 80%. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I wonder how it goes. It's like, is it like out of these positions you have this, like.
And usually they look at positions and they decide, which position is going to get through. Defensive tackle, might not be up for this year, but you hope that he will. I mean, Steve McMichael is one of the greatest sack artists at his position of all time. He's one of the best defenders on the Bears in 1985. He's one of the greatest NFL defensive tackles in 85. He's one of the 4 best players on the greatest unit in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough to get him through, as along with his 95, sacks. So, all you can do is hope and see what happens on Thursday. But, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Oh my God. So this is from his wife. So this is what, back in December this article was made, which he had just was admitted to the ICU, back a few months ago. But she said he would have died at home if it wasn't for the nomination. He was dying in front of us. We ripped up the DNR, which is the do not resuscitate order, because of the nomination. He has to live to see this. That's
special. That's special.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, the DNR is more like, well, it's, yeah. I mean, that's a big deal. It's like they ripped up the thing, so it's like, so if he falls ill, like they have to bring him back, and I mean, that's a big thing, man.
He just wants to be able to see it. I don't care. I that got me in the world for everyone. His wife, his kids, his entire family, seeing that the man they love, who got unlucky and the worst, probably the world's worst disease, because your body just fails you especially for an athlete, and having to see that, but seeing him get honored, seeing him happy, seeing him being able to hear those words, Hall of Famer, that what you did for most of your life mattered to everyone, and you will go down in infamy as one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. That's special. I pray it happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You give it to him now and let the man be buried in his Hall of Fame jacket. So he'll have the jersey underneath and have the jacket, and yeah. I mean,
that's it.
That's kind of like the way you want to go out as a a legend. So that sucks, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to end it with that, because I'm just saying we'll hear live Thursday. But this is the Bears show, so it's something I do want to talk about. Obviously, I don't know if you guys heard Adam Shefter today on the Waddle and Sylvie show on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely talking about the whole Caleb WiIlliams and Justin Fields debate, and Shefter basically said this, that the Bears were looking to draft Caleb WiIlliams number 1, but the Bears couldn't be talked off of that number 1 pick, and the number 1 culprit would be Washington, right? And then what's being announced and is going around everywhere is to get the Bears off that number 1 pick, to move up 1 spot for Washington. We're talking about multiple first-round picks. Schefter said the least that they can ask is for this year, a switch this year, and a first round next year. I'm also seeing that they might be asking for this year's first round switch this year, next year, and Deron Payne.
Who? And we were talking about that on Sunday, me and Mark is like I don't want to give up everything just to get one dude. And I'm like, hey, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong, but damn, that's a
question. Is he think he's going to pull the trigger? Because what I'm hearing today was first round for this year, next year, a second round for this year and next year, and I think a third round for next year and 26, and a fourth or fifth for 26.
Not to move up 1 spot?
Yeah. That's what the asking price they were mentioning. And this is hypothetical because no one's going to show their cards, right? But this is all hypothetical. What I was hearing today, that this is the price that if you want the number 1 spot this year, that's the price you have to pay. There's a 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, a 3, and a 4 or 5, all spread out for the next 3 years.
Does that depend on depending on who you're trained to? Because the difference is Washington's only moving up 1 spot, so you're only dropping 1 spot.
Mm.
And that's why Shefter said that you could definitely get 2 first rounders, and that you would expect to see 2 first rounders.
Right.
Here's my thing. I was looking at Vegas odds today.
They have, of course they do. I was like,
for Justin Fields, what team would Justin Fields take his next snap for?
Don't get me started on this because
who do you think is the betting favorite for Justin Fields to take the next snap for?
I say Atlanta. I don't know
why
Atlanta
is on the list. Is second on the list.
Second.
Do not say the Raiders. Do not say the Raiders
are on the list at plus 450.
That's horrible. That's if oh my god. There's if I was Justin Field, I'm like, I am not playing with that dude again. I am not playing with that dude again. Like, put me somewhere else.
Do you want to know who's number 3? Who's number 4?
Commanders?
I want to say Washington or Patriots.
Seattle. Seattle's number 4 at plus 750.
Wow. That'd be interesting.
And the two dark horses are Denver and Pittsburgh. But the number 1 team at plus 100, Las Vegas has the Chicago Bears as the number 1 team that Justin Fields will still take the snap for next year, because the betting favorites, the betting people in Vegas believe the Bears will trade this pick and Justin Fields will be their quarterback next year. That is the best, the betting favorite. That is from Vegas right now.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, I'd probably take that bet.
That's if you want to check in, it's on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Look, check it out, guys. That's there.
I'll take that bet because like I know we've been talking, and it makes the most sense, man. And other players are coming out. You hear Jay Cutler was saying the same thing. You know, I forgot whatever show he was on. You know, was saying the same thing. You know, this is what you do. You trade down, you get this, you do that. You know, and it makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Did you see another player or that was on this playing in the Super Bowl currently talk about this?
Yeah. And he's a Bears fan. And he's a Bears fan. So yeah.
You know what you're talking about, Fredo?
No, you said it.
I didn't hear him. Kittle, so Kittle said if I were the Bears, I'll trade down. I know Justin Fields is a franchise quarterback. I will stick with him. And I'll get a haul if I was, the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle when they beat Arizona during the season, Kittle said something about the Bears, and then right before he left the podium, he's like, I feel like I did the Bears a service. Like I love, and then he goes, "Go Bears!" He marches off the podium, and he yells, "Bear down!" really loud, and then you hear him off the back, man, I really fucking love the Bears. He yelled that shit out really loud to the whole press to hear. So I'm wondering, like, Kittle's awesome. This is the only reason, one of the only reasons why I want San Francisco to win. Is it in their favor? Maybe not. But he's like the only reason why. Before it was Robbie Gould. Now it's Kittle.
Yeah.
I will say this, though, though I'm talking about Justin Fields, all experts are saying they believe the Bears will select QB number 1. That's still what all experts are saying. I said Adam Shefter still believes the Bears will choose a QB number 1. That's what they're hearing. That's what Mel Kiper said the same thing. But
you know what?
Else Shefter said.
Mel Kiper. My daughter's over there right now, but I can't say Mel Kiper.
We all know that.
Not like that guy.
But did you hear something else that Shefter said today, which I thought was very interesting?
That Mel Kiper's gay? Yeah.
No, he said no. That's not news. That's not breaking news. That did not happen. But no, what he said is, if the Bears do trade Justin Fields, he said, so what do you think you get for him? They said at least the 2, and they said, but to the right team, I believe Justin Fields could get you a first-round pick still. Like what? Yes, and Shefter said he reiterated, yes, the Bears can still get a first-round pick for Justin Fields.
Depending what team, though. Because honestly, if you have once again, I'm coming back with the NASCAR shit, and I'm sure you guys heard it a million times from me. if the driver sucks, but the car is good, change the driver. If the driver is fucking fantastic, but the car is shitty, change the car. In this case, Fields was a great driver. The owner, Getsy, sucked. We all know this. We all know this. We all see his play calling. He had the Nagy syndrome with the fucking screen passes and horrible play calling. So yeah, if Justin's gonna go to Raiders, I think Justin's gonna retire. What are the odds on that?
None. He's 25 years old. No, done.
No.
There's zero chance of that.
Yeah.
Well,
I would.
You have to play in the league 3 years to get severance.
Yeah, but no, he's young. He's going to make a lot of money. There's no way before you get your big contract. There's no way. But I will say this: if Atlanta, Las Vegas, and Seattle are bidding in a bidding war, you could drive the price up. Now, personally, I don't want to see. I want to see Justin Fields on this team. I think what you should do is let him play out this year, or you can even decide to sign him to a team-friendly deal as an extension, a team-friendly extension for 2 more years, and you can still draft a quarterback, J.J. McCarthy in the end of the first round, or someone early in the second round. You can still do those type of things if you wanted to. So I just would rather see Justin Fields get the opportunity. You draft a quarterback, maybe even the third round, Bo Nix or something like that. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen and see if you could develop him and you believe in Justin to give him that opportunity. That would be my move.
I don't know. I just don't get what the whole thing is like. I hate seeing these comparisons, like it makes no sense. It's like everyone's comparing like his college career to Justin Fields' pro NFL career, the last 3 versus the last 3. I'm like, Justin had a better college career than Caleb. What are we talking about? Like all the numbers are better. So if this dude coming in is generational talent, what does that make Fields? But you
gotta see his accuracy. He has a pro ready type of arm. His release is quick. I understand what people are saying. My fear is to be a quarterback in the NFL, you need to be a great leader. All that other stuff gets thrown out the window. If you're not a great leader, I don't think you can be an NFL quarterback. Yeah. And if you have any doubt in that, why would you even think to draft him? If he's not far and away blowing you away as his leadership and all the skills, then why would you even think about it?
Wow. Right. So and I think you have to be tough. Sorry. You have to be tough. You have to be, especially coming to a division like ours and coming to a team as the Bears, you got to be tough. You know what I mean? Like Field showed it in college. He showed it in the NFL already. He takes some nasty hits, man. And I don't know if Caleb gets up from some of those. I just don't know.
One of the things that I want to mention what you said, Kramer. I saw someone wrote one of the social media things. They said Fields and pro Fields in 3 years had him with the Bears, of course, him scrambling, running, scoring touchdowns, doing this. A lot of scrambling. Then Fields in college, you see him at Ohio State, balling it, gunning it, passing it. I'm looking at these little clips. I'm like, in Ohio State, he had a strong O-line. In Chicago, he didn't. He was running for his life, like 80% of his life. 80% of the time, he was trying to save his own ass. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, that's like some bullshit propaganda. If we get Caleb WiIlliams like everybody wants, it's a new toy. It's a new shiny toy, maybe with a little bit better arm. Because this is what we do in Chicago. This guy sucks. Get him out of here. This guy sucks. Get him out of here. Just look, it's history repeats itself constantly. We have to buckle down and like give him an honest, true chance. If you think of Patrick Mahomes when it came to Chicago, with the coaching system we have, do you think we'd be in the Super Bowl? I don't think so. Considering how often we change coordinators and how the shitty coaching we always had. Kansas City, they have a strong civilization where Andy Reid was been a coach there since what, 10 years now? So everything there was settled. So everything he came into a farm system, he came into something where this is what's gonna be from here on out. Versus this is how it was for the past 2 years. We never know what's gonna happen next year. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
good luck out there. You know.
Nah, I think the
So
Bears, everything would have been changed because we probably would have lost Khalil Mack. We probably wouldn't have traded away all the entire defense. Roquan Smith wouldn't have been traded away. So it's one of those things you don't know what would have happened. But we also wouldn't have DJ Moore on the team. We wouldn't have, but Patrick Mahomes showed this year, he don't need great receivers to get to the Super Bowl. So you don't know what he would have developed into. It's hard playing that thing, but this is the fear. The Bears are afraid to go off of Caleb WiIlliams because they can't stand having another Hall of Fame quarterback fall between their fingers, slip between their fingers. That is the fear. We got Martin in here says, I'm cool if he throws to Al Jair or Charbonnet next year. So that's once again on his fantasy team.
I bet
Al Jair for Falcons or Charbonnet for the Seattle Seahawks. So I understand. I do have this one trade scenario that I've seen on a couple of sites that's come up for the Washington Commanders to trade up to number 1. Washington Commanders will receive number 1, and the Bears receive number 2 overall, number 36 overall, and a first-round pick in 2025.
So wait, so 2 this year?
Yeah, so this year we'll get a first
A
second this year, and then next year's first.
No player.
Yeah.
No player.
No player.
But you said the 36, was it?
Yep.
So it's like early second round.
Yep.
That's
Damn.
pretty good. I'd take that.
And
But
that's
then
for
again,
trading up, right?
Yeah, so
Trading on
Washington will
one
get
spot.
number 1. We'll be number 2. We have 2. We'll have 36, and next year's first round pick again. And you also have to remember that we have
number
we have
8.
Carolina's second round pick 2 next year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we robbed them last year.
And that's only one spot. And from there, you can still make another trade if you wanted to. Someone wants Drake May. And they want to jump in front of New England. So you have options. Those are crazy options that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll stay there. Yeah. I'll stay there and get Marvin Harrison, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a bad because just say if that's the scenario, we have a bunch of picks next year, and we're like, that's it. Fields is not the dude. He's not the guy. We have enough in our hands to play with.
2 second rounders to go get the guy if you want to go get
to move up and do what you got to do, and figure it out. I don't think Caleb is the dude. If he goes into a good system, I think he'll be good. But not here. I don't think he can fit here. With the playing and the media. Oh my god. I don't know if he will fit here.
I'd still say Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback coming out of this class. Same thing as I said CJ Stroud last year. I told everybody CJ Stroud last year. It's gonna be Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is gonna be the best out of this class.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised when that happens. Don't be surprised that Michael Penix Jr. is good too. And Caleb is the 3rd best quarterback that comes out of this class. And we're talking about he's a game changing. He's a once in a lifetime quarterback. And I'm just telling you guys, he looks like Kyler Murray to me.
Yep. I've been hearing more and more of that comparison, more and more of that comparison. But like I said, I don't know if Fields is the dude. I have faith in him. I think he can do it. I like his work ethic. I mean, dude's in in Hallis Hall like right now training. You know what I mean? Like there's all these pictures constantly of him just working out nonstop. You know, and the his season just finished and he's still in there doing his thing. You know, getting better. You know, so. I like the dude. I think he's good. I think he'll be good, and I want to keep him. But just say if he's not, prepare for the future. Then you know what I mean. That's all I say. But
here's what I think might happen.
This is what we're thinking, but who knows?
Right. Mm-hmm. So here's what I think might happen. If we get rid of a bunch of picks to numerous of teams, we go down past the number 2 spot because Harrison Jr. is going to be gone at that point. Mm-hmm. Either one or two things: the Bears are going to try to move back up to make a deal with Arizona. That's one. Or two, I think they're going to.
Arizona's not trading the pick. Arizona already released that they're not trading the pick. No. Why would they? They want Marvin Harrison Jr. more than anything. They don't want.
That's all they really want. They don't. Yeah. So
there's no Arizona trade for that.
Yeah, the Bears need to be 1, 2, or 3, otherwise they don't get Marvin Harrison. That's just
because he will not pass for.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there goes the other scenario. So.
Yeah. Which I mean, if he winds up going there, if he winds up going there, I mean that could be a really good team. You know, I mean, a really good team. So I'll be like interested.
Young
to see
defense. They have a new mind coming in. Caleb going in a run and gun offense that in a warm state that you won't hit the turf all the time. You know, I'm talking about Kyler Murray being there with Marvin Harrison Jr. That just makes sense. I can see it going really well there. Yeah, it's D-Hop coming back basically.
Yeah. All from brand new.
D-Hop.
Yep. Well, and Murray's still young. So I mean, he'll be pretty good. I mean, if Marvin Harrison goes to Arizona, I wouldn't. Fancy wise, I'm thinking fancy wise now. Like, does that make Kyler Murray more valuable? As a quarterback, will he shoot up higher than some of these other QBs? Like instantly. Like he's like, damn. He went from being say like 4th, 5th, 6th QB to be maybe like 3 or 4, maybe. I don't know.
Kyler Murray is a QB 12, QB 13 right now. With Marvin Harrison Jr., he becomes a QB 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Free cat. Yeah. But damn. And getting that stack, oh my God, game over, dude. Game over. If you find a way to get the stack with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, that's just give the dude the trophy, whoever gets that stack. So
agreed.
Yeah. Well, when did we say we're gonna hear some news?
That's all I have for today.
Yeah.
That's all I have for today. Thursday, we're going to hear anything. So we hit the Hall of Fame. We're going to hear Thursday. We're going to hear. I think we hear something about the Bears. I say March 11th because the 13th is March 11th is with the tamper period. The 13th is the start of the year. So I think we're going to hear something right around then. I think Poles is playing it very close to the chest. He's doing a smart thing, but no one knows what he's really going to do. He's been so ingenious, so smart. He's doing it well. And as much as I want to keep Justin Fields, I have to trust Poles. At the end of the day, I have to trust him.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm like scared and not scared. I'm scared that we're going to make the wrong choice. However, I'm not scared because what's going to happen? Are we going to still point fingers? Are we going to be like, someone's ass is going to get fired no matter what? The only thing, we trade Poles, we trade Fields and we do good with Caleb. Yeah, I can't see that happening. And it's not in our DNA. It really isn't.
Well, hopefully they're trying to
Really
change that. They're trying to change the DNA. We have a president for the first time ever, so that alone is a huge move, so
a black president.
Well, yeah. From
Because remember,
a team that was very, thought to be very racist. So
right.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm excited. But yeah, March 11th to the 13th is the negotiating period. Tampering period and all that stuff, like you said. So yeah, definitely, like you said before, March 13th is the 2024 league year. So right before 13th, like you said, we'll probably get that news. Yeah. Damn, we gotta wait that long. It's about a month away.
Almost a month.
That means we're gonna be talking about this for the next 4 weeks. Every week we're gonna be trying to figure out what's going on, what are they thinking, and I'm guessing no one's going to know because Post gonna keep everything to the chest. And I think Washington is going to put out a chance that you're gonna have these offers. It's the question is when he's doing his due diligence, how much does he like Caleb? That's what's going to really and at what the reports are, he doesn't really like Jaden Daniels. He doesn't like Drake May. So it's only Caleb or Justin. That's what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the only way Poles gets fired is if whoever he goes with is the bad decision, winds up sucking.
Yeah.
So if we get Caleb and he sucks, Poles, I don't know if he gets fired, but I don't know. But same thing. If he keeps Fields fired. And if he keeps Fields but see, if he keeps Fields and Fields balls out, but also Caleb balls out, then it's fine. It doesn't matter what the other guy does. It just matters as long as your guy.
Because you got enough.
Yeah. So
I don't know. If Caleb is good and Justin Fields is just as good or better, I think he still gets fired.
Really?
Because you already had them in house. And you could have traded up. I mean, you could have traded down and could have got Marvin Harrison Jr. You could have built a juggernaut.
Oh, if Caleb is just as good on the Bears as Fields, yeah. Because you gave up a lot of stuff for the same dude. So yeah. Caleb has to be better. And Fields has to be just as good, if not better. So, on the Bears. Interesting.
Exactly.
The most overrated prospect ever. And at the end of the month, once
the most overrated prospect ever.
Yep.
That's funny.
What is it?
Right.
Combine. Once the combine starts.
And this is how I feel. This is how we feel, but they tell you can take us out, man. You take it, you do all the rest.
All right. But cool. Appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us. Thank you guys. It's a little bit of a shorter one. Brian is over in Florida doing some work stuff and he's out and about. So don't want to keep him up too late. But appreciate everyone coming in.
Trying to buy out McDonald's or Burger King. I don't know.
Trying to make Culver's number one in
only Culver's.
Only Culver's. Yeah. Exactly. But appreciate Martin. Appreciate Rasta. Happy birthday to your son. Happy 16th birthday.
Happy birthday,
so
man.
Shout out to him. Thanks Rasta coming in. And of course Martin and Bardo. I might get in trouble if I say your first name. But thank you guys. We will see you guys on Sunday talking about the Super Bowl. Hopefully get into some of that crazy prop bets and all that other betting stuff before the big game. But yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be here all of the NFL offseason, getting ready for the combine next. That's going to be the next big thing, and I cannot wait because it is going to be more Caleb WiIlliams talk, but also because all the other great players. What you got, Brian?
Say, come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, man. I always forget. Tomorrow. I am sorry. I see Brian talking. I'm like, are you muted? You could have jumped in. Brian says the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow, Martin. Hopefully, Martin. If not, I might have to step up and be on tomorrow's show with Mark. But tomorrow we got Dynasty Pylon, Gridiron Heights. Hopefully, if they do a show. And then are they? Yeah. So and they're gonna do all their stuff. I'll be there. There you go. Cool. So Martin and Mark, will be on Dynasty Pylon, same channel here tomorrow, getting you ready for all the Dynasty and all that fun stuff. But cool. Appreciate everyone. Thank you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow on the Dynasty Pylon channel. Dynasty Pylon show. Sorry. Later.
Have a good guys.
Thanks, guys.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so